Today is a rather big day, and not so much in size, but in weight capacity. So for the longest time, you guys have been mentioning things to me like dry ice blasting, me not working on my knees on the floor so much, more restorative undercarriage detailing work, and there was kind of one thing that was holding all that up, and that was a lift. So previously, couldn't really justify it, and then during COVID, all that steel was on back order for the longest time, but now it's time to do it. So today we're getting a Bendpak XPR 10S installed. It's their 10,000 pound 2-post lift, and it is going to open up the options for both the work on the cars and the videos exponentially, in my opinion. So this is where the lift is going to go in the back corner. It was a little confusing because the lights actually hang a few inches lower than the top of the post, so I kind of had to be strategic with where the posts go, but this allows it to clear everything. I have mapped out here a full-size truck. I don't think I'll ever be lifting a full-size truck, but it clears everything on the ceiling, gas lines, electrical, lighting, so this is going to be perfect, and it also gives ample room between here and workbenches to get tools and whatnot, so this should be perfect. I'm hoping. If it's not, it can be moved, but I don't think it's going to be a problem here. A lot of months, almost years went into thinking about this, so I think I have a pretty good idea. It's all marked out on the floor for them. I think they're going to be arriving in the next 15-20 minutes, so I'm just going to close up these tape measures and wait for them. They came and they installed it in about the same time it took me to finish a cup of noodles. The electricians came by and they hardwired it into the actual electrical at the shop, so it's not going anywhere. And I'm not really one to be that expressive with excitement or any emotion in general, but this is 100% the most excited I've been to have a new garage tool or garage modification. And I think having a lift in your shop is kind of every car person's dream. It makes things so much easier, and for this channel, it's about to open so many different options up. This is quite obviously the MTech 2 E30 on the lift right now. And one of the main reasons, or no, not one of, the biggest reason I wanted this lift was to start doing restorative work underneath cars. This might just be my opinion, but the paintwork and everything on the top of a car, it's really only half or less. They're kind of like an iceberg effect. There's way more going on underneath them. There's way more to do. There's way more things moving, obviously. There's way more to take care of, and that's really where I want this to go. So I want to be able to basically take this undercarriage and treat it like it was the top of a vehicle and restore every inch of it in the best way I can. Learning new skills. So I mentioned dry ice blasting before. There's also going to be painting, undercoating, zinc plating, powder coating. Everything that you could do under here is going to happen, and I think it's going to really open up the possibilities for videos and documentation of this stuff, because doing it on jack stands, sure, you can do it, but it is not comfortable, and it's also terrifying. I'll give you guys a little rundown of the plans for this E30. So in terms of rust, floors, they're perfect. There's nothing going on. Battery tray might be worth a weld-in piece, but it's not terrible yet. The worst piece is really the muffler. There's patches in it. There's holes. It leaks. It sucks. So that's just going to get replaced. But everything else, first off, we're going to start here. Diff will get taken out with the subframe. They'll get repowder coated. New bushings. Anything that needs to get replaced, like wear and tear. These lines are... That's actually terrible. Everything that needs to get replaced will, and everything that can get refinished will go that route. In terms of the actual body or the chassis of the car, it seems like it has a black kind of undercoating all over it. I mean, no, that is diamond Schwartz metallic underneath it. Huh. So that's what I kind of need to decide here. Do I remove all the undercoating and do a painted undercarriage, or do we put undercoating back on? This is Canada. The roads have a lot of gravel, a lot of loose material on them, so it does hit it. I see guys in Europe do the painted undercarriages all the time, and it looks unreal, but I'm not sure that's the best option for here. Cleaning it up and re-undercoating it in black might be the best option for us, but that's something to decide along the way. This is automatic transmission. That's going to be going in the next couple of videos, so when that's out, we'll go underneath and fix anything underneath that. And yeah, I just want to take care of everything. I want the undercarriage of the car to look as good as the top half. Not that it's ever seen, but this stuff isn't really for other people to see, it's for us. And that's kind of what I like about it. The other main reason for wanting the lift was actually storage. So to be able to have one car in the air, one car underneath it, opens up a lot of floor space in here. The shop isn't huge, so any little bit of space we can get is very much needed. When I was detailing full-time and we had clients, I was originally wanting a 4-post lift because I thought that would be better for storage. However, you can't use it to work on the vehicles at all, so this makes a lot more sense. Very happy we went with 2. Now I'm gonna grab the E34, tuck it in under there, and catch a little vibe for how it feels and how it looks in the shop with that much space opened up. It fits perfectly and it creates so much more floor space in the shop, a lot more than I would have expected just by stacking 2 cars. Another thing is that it looks really cool, which isn't really something I was thinking about, but now that it's here and they're on top of each other, I like it a lot, and I think it'll look cool in the background videos. add a little bit more dynamic to shots, so that's cool. The first thing I'm gonna do is the E30 transmission. So there's a GetRag 260 for it. I'm gonna do a video refinishing it, and then there'll be a full documentation on the actual install process. Probably try and do it as instructional as possible, just if anyone wants to use it as a reference video later on for their own projects. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy this, finish up what I'm working on the E30 now, and I'll get that out for you guys as soon as I can.